Today I want to talk about something a little heavy. I've had many people mention the guilt, shame, or regret that comes from the things they did during an episode. There's a couple of common scenarios. First is the Insidious Cycle. We get manic, do something regrettable, and then have plenty of things to be depressed about when the depression comes. The things we did just make the depression even worse until the whole cycle starts all over again. The second scenario is where we finally get diagnosed and start to question things that happened in our lives. Was that breakup the cause of psychosis or hypersexuality? Did I lose that job or opportunity because I was symptomatic and didn't realize it? Would my uncle still be alive if we only knew he had bipolar disorder? If any of this sounds familiar to you, please find some comfort in knowing that you're not alone, that your pain is very real and shared by many people in the Polar Warrior community. Getting diagnosed with bipolar disorder almost triggers a grieving process or a sense of loss for many of us. Have you ever heard of the 5 stages of grief? Check this out. We've got denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. That pretty much sums up my whole bipolar journey to a T. A lot of us go through a recurring grieving process every time we have a major episode. Without some kind of help or guidance, it's easy for grief to compound with other feelings like guilt, shame, and regret. Unresolved guilt or grieving isn't just hard on the mind, it's hard on the body too. Emotional stress can compromise our immune system, increase the chances of heart disease, and of course make our bipolar symptoms worse. Let me take a quick moment and explain the difference between guilt, shame, regret, and grief. Guilt would be like saying, I did something bad and feel guilty about it. Shame would be like saying, I'm a bad person because of what I did. Regret is where you wish you could change the past. And grief is the deep sorrow that I feel when I reflect on people, things, or time that I've lost as a result of my illness. I basically start grieving my life as if I'd lost something. All 4 of these emotional states are unique and complex. They have to be approached in different ways, one at a time, and preferably with a counselor or someone who knows what they're doing. That being said, there's no way I'm going to cram all of this into a single video today or claim that I'm an expert on all these subjects. People have written entire books dedicated to just one of these topics. What I am going to do is take my time researching each one. I'll combine some personal experience with what I've learned and turn it into a series we will call Emotions of Bipolar Disorder. This video is basically the introduction to this series. If there's one thing that sticks from everything I've said today, I want you to remember that you are not alone. I know that sounds really cliche to a lot of you, but remember, I live with severe type 1 rapid cycling bipolar disorder with psychotic features. I'm not your white picket fence neighbor or your Cracker Jack box doctor. I'm a polar warrior who's lived with this shit most of my adult life. My experience comes from firsthand navigating through the bipolar trenches. I take the meds. I've been hospitalized. I've been incarcerated. I know guilt, shame, regret, and grief like they were old friends. I also run the largest bipolar YouTube channel on the planet, which gives me a look behind the bipolar veil. So again, you are not alone here, not with me. In fact, if you want to contact me directly, there's a link in the video description. Polar Warriors is completely viewer supported. My channel is not monetized with ads. I don't make a dime from YouTube or any other corporation, and I feel really good about that. My work is totally supported by the people who watch my videos and believe in what we're doing here. If you want to get involved or show your support, please check out the link in the video description. Stay well, and I hope you'll stop by the channel again soon for more Polar Warrior videos.